big pillars. One, that feeling of I can do hard things. And again, to Megan and Margot, you took that deep breath. I saw both of you take that deep breath. You kind of said to yourself, I can do hard things. And you got up and shared. Thank you so much. And the other is, how can I share my gifts so I exceed expectations? So over the past few weeks, I've done about 25 customer service workshops for 16 and 17-year-olds about to start their co-op positions in grade 11 or 12 in Canada to go on to a multi-month work placement. And I teach them customer service. And I said, here's the basics. First couple weeks, you understand expectations and you meet expectations. But what's going to make you different is you're going to exceed expectations. And in my short time spending time with the team at Decision One, I know you're all about exceeding expectations. They expect this from their dental experience, but they're going to get this. And some of you, if this is your very first rally, you thought this, and you're thinking, but we're up here. Already hearing from Margot and Megan, you thought, oh, this is different. Already hearing the wonderful stories that Dr. Mike shared, where he then shared your stories about everyday miracles, right? And Dr. AJ weaving his own personal connection to camp and to mentors, right? Seeing the energy of the games, seeing the energy of Cynthia. Just unbelievable how you're already exceeding expectations. And it's so simple in some ways as a speaker to share these different messages because I had it easy. Traveling North America, having my dream job since I was 22 years old. But you see, the 5-year anniversary of that day was yesterday, wasn't it? And you all know the cheer that I'm doing in that room, don't you? Dexterity check. I had no idea that'd be my last dexterity check for 27 months. It was so easy to tell young people and educators and people in charity organizations, my main audience, to have courage, exceed expectations, do what's hard, and all of a sudden, I had to do what's hard. When 32 bookings canceled that weekend, Liz, the mother of my kids, was on a supply list for teaching. She lost all her work. And I got a grade 9 and a grade 6 young ladies looking at me going, where does our next paycheck come from? And instead of partying with my other Irish friends on St. Patrick's Day 2020, I was on a conference call with a team doctor for the Canadian Olympic team who happened to be friends with one of my best friends. And it was a conference call with Canadian speakers. And his quote, the next time you'll be in a school will be at least 2 years. And I came off that phone call crying, thinking, what do I do next? And I applied to the largest grocery store chain in Canada called Loblaws, and I applied to Costco. And the next day, at 12:45 p.m., after 2 minutes, I was hired on the spot by the London North Costco. And sometimes exceeding expectations is, during that unbelievably cold April of 2020, remembering to pack earmuffs. So when the boss said, I need you to work the crazy line outside, I said, I can do that, standing in the cold for 8 hours managing those lines. When we had to create 31 jobs that didn't exist prior to the pandemic, including mask inspections, they picked the friendliest yet most powerful voice on the shop floor to do mask enforcement, and you see me there. When I literally sometimes had to stand by a cooler and count to 5 and limit the number of people in the cooler. Let alone transform Christmas as best I can and wear a cute little hat. But in each, I thought to myself, how can I exceed expectations? How can I bring my gifts as a professional speaker who's traveled North America to counting to 5 at a cooler? To give you an example, I can make small talk. So what are you doing after you leave here? Oh, I see you bought yellow kiwi. I love yellow kiwi. Anybody else love yellow kiwi? I discovered it through Costco. You got it. It's transformative, so much better than the green. That hat generated so much commentary and comments during that weird Christmas season of 2020. So what happened, next slide, is that I got my very first professional evaluation in July of 2020 by a 28-year-old who saw me speak as a 10th grader with my nephew. As he began the evaluation, he looked at me and said, "This is pretty weird for me, you know that." Quentin was his name. 28, and I'm 50 years old, a retail rookie. On the left are the expectations from the world's third largest retailer. Just like you were taught the expectations of Decision One, were you not? And on the right, my supervisor wrote how I met those expectations. But I want you to see the key word he added. On the left is not the word joy, but on the right, Quentin leaned back and said to me, "But I just got to tell you, the main gift that you've given to our store is just a sense of joy." Like within the second day, people were already approaching me going, "Who is this Andy guy?" And when we looked at doing somebody that would do the health questionnaire starting in late May, where we'd ask everybody, you remember these questions? "Are you experiencing any of the following symptoms?" And I had to say the word diarrhea over and over again. The bosses at Costco literally thought, who already knows half the store and is so friendly that people will tell the truth to? They all said it the same thing. "We're going to ask Andy." So what I challenge, especially you newbies out there, is you can do hard things. When you challenge yourself to bring out your gifts, even in a new situation, and meet what Decision One has already shown you what you're all about. Exceeding expectations. Exceeding the expectations. So that when patients come to us, they go, "I was expecting this, but I got this." And that's why I go back 6 months later. That's why I go back 9 months later. That's why I will follow what you said. And I'll get that treatment done. I'll see you in 2 weeks. That is the Decision One way.